started. Welcome everyone to another episode of Soulful Ascension. And Linda Joy, I am coming to you from Costa Rica now. So it has been quite a journey across America and now in Costa Rica. Also, this weekend that's just passed, we had a very powerful, potent full moon. And this full moon is a blue moon because we had two full moons in the month of May. Now, what I'll be talking about in this episode is May was a month of really clearing out, bringing up many layers, especially fears and old programming and conditioning and those karmic loops. This is what we are clearing. So for the whole month of May, we have just been purging, clearing. I know we're in the year of the fire horse, though even being the new energy that we're in, we are still clearing. And this is why I mentioned over the weekend to slow down. And I did a quick video yesterday, Self-Care Sunday, because this energy is helping us to really it's amplifying everything. This full moon is amplifying and igniting the spark of your potential of who you really are, but it's also amplifying anything that you are focused on right now. So if you're in these karmic loops of the people pleasing, of the fear-based thoughts, the old programming, those belief systems, still talking about old stories, and anything that's emotionally got charge, well, that's what's going to keep you in these loops. What we're doing, and when we slow down, is those layers. It's like, you know what, I'm tired of this story. It just, I feel neutral. Yes, it happened, and I let it go, because the more that we can let go, and that frees us up, that frees us up to expand. And this is what this full moon has been showing us. And we're still in the full moon energy. So if you're still feeling this cleansing and clearing, I recommend do some journaling and get out in nature and sit and breathe in a meditation, because we are still clearing out these old layers to reconnect to who we truly are, and the truth of who we are, because a lot of these old conditioning and programs have actually created our identity, but those identities that we have created is maybe not who we truly are. So this is where we're changing out of, you know what, I'm tired of playing that role of the people pleaser, or always feeling stuck and feeling like I have to do something, or I have to comply, or I have to do what my family told me to do, or I have to try and fit into this box to play this role in order to keep the peace with everyone else around me. And this can be in your personal life, it can be in your career, it can be the company you're working in, it could be even if you're an entrepreneur with clients. Maybe you've got some clients that are not in alignment with you, and so that's where this big clearing out comes really important, because what it's revealing is showing you what's working, what's not working, what's draining your energy, what uplifts your energy. And when you can let go of all the draining activities and people and situations and circumstances, well, then it opens up to all the new ideas, the inspiration, the new thoughts coming in that just excite you. It's like, oh, I've got this new idea. I'm going to start this new project. I'm going to start X, Y, and Z, whatever it is. And it can be like a health goal. Oh, I'm going to start an exercise program, or I'm going to start juicing, or I'm going to stop drinking caffeine, or stop an old habit or an old behavior that's actually hurting me. So this week, I really encourage you to slow down to feel what's coming up, because we are releasing years and years of old programming, not just from this life, but many, many past lives. And I've been repeating this pretty much on every episode, and helping you and reminding you to slow down. Because the more we can slow down and regulate our nervous system and truly come into our heart, into our soul, and feel, you have all the wisdom within you. And this full moon is actually amplifying all that wisdom that you naturally have within you, but it's been pushed down, it's been uh, suppressed through the control, the programming, the manipulation of the external world. So when we can unplug from the external world and just sit and just go, and just breathe, and sit and breathe. That's it. Grounding is really important. So especially if you've been on this treadmill that is causing burnout, this is the fight and flight. This is where your nervous system is still on that old program. I've got to do this. I've got to schedule, I've got a full calendar. I've got to keep going and going. And that's the old hamster wheel that we're breaking out of. And so take a big look at your whole life of looking at what's out of balance. And this is what I go much deeper into with the Ben method of balance, energy, nurture, and nourish, and what's out of balance. But this week, I encourage you to give yourself self-care. And this is about self-love for you and nurturing you, nourishing you, and looking at what aspects of yourself, those old parts of you where you could be still beating yourself up or judging yourself or being critical, or still feeling guilty about something from the past, or past regrets, or still holding on to those old fears. And this is where the mirror work comes in, because it does reveal those shadow aspects. And these are the blind spots that when we go much deeper into one of my courses, I mean, the forgiveness course, as well as my one-to-one coaching, there's the burnout program, the 5R program. Like, have a look on my website, lindaben.com. And this month the theme is remember who you are. And next week on the 9th of June, I'll be doing a free masterclass, 90 minutes online with you live in the Zoom room on Remember Who You Are. So if you'd like to join me online, I invite you to just register for that. It's completely free, and it will be a class where we go much deeper, not just in the balance, energy, nurture and nourish, but really embodying some of these tools that I've been teaching for years. Because what is happening right now is we are going through a massive upgrade consciously, and this is what I've been teaching for over 20 years, is shifting consciousness, expanding awareness, and connecting all 12 strands of DNA. What we're feeling right now is the DNA activation. And so how I describe it is, imagine a house with 12 rooms, but because of the programming from society, humans have only been operating with 2 rooms. That's where the lights have only been put on in 2 rooms. And so when we activate our 12 strands of DNA, this is where we bring in the electrician and we wire up all 12 rooms, and then we turn on the light switches. So that's what I've been teaching for over 20 years, because when you turn on all those light switches, you feel unstoppable, you feel fearless, you just are glowing. You feel so free, so liberated. Anything that is from the past, it's like you're peaceful, you're neutral, nothing bothers you, nothing's triggering you, nothing anyone can say, even if they're projecting on you, you just have love and compassion for them. That's the test, especially with family members. So if people know where all your buttons are, they will be pushing them just to test. But when you don't react to those button pushing, well, then it's like, I feel completely neutral. I feel completely at peace. And so that's where you feel free and liberated, because you're being your true authentic self. So this is where you are stepping into the new version of you. And so what I ask you is like, who are you being now and who are you becoming? Because anything from the past conditioning is holding you back. And this is what we're clearing right now. But this week is all about self-care for the soul, for you. So you can identify those parts of you that are still imbalance, that's out of alignment with your truth. And when you can let all that go, then you're free. And that's what will ignite and amplify exactly what you came here to be and do and have. And that's the freedom. You just feel so excited, so enthusiastic when you truly step into that place, that beingness. And that's what we're all working on. And then this is all the tools that I teach to step into that version of you and clear up the old versions. And also to not judge or beat yourself up for any behavior that it's like, oh, why did I slip up? Why? It's like, okay, that's done, delete, and now I step into this, because everything's a loop. Like I said, it's a karmic loops. Some of us have come to clear a lot of karma, and we're talking years and years and thousands of years of karma. So what we're clearing is all the karma on our ancestors from mother, father side, all the lineages. And so this is why when you can slow down and truly give yourself that self-care of clearing out, that will help all the generations to come, as well as the generations in the past. And we're clearing all this energy. And it's only energy. Okay, so the remember who you are as a soul is so important, because it's remembering your soul's mission and your soul's purpose of what you truly came here to be and do and have. And it's not about collecting a whole bunch of material things. And since I'm in Costa Rica, it's like I completely let go. I brought minimal stuff with me. As you can see, the only makeup I have is one lipstick. So I didn't even bring, makeup, jewelry, nothing. So that's my freedom and liberation, just to show up raw and real, and keep doing these episodes. So this is a really exciting time for humanity, because it is like the phoenix rising out of the ashes. And so we are rising out of all the rubble, dusting ourselves off, and then that's where we fly. We find our angel wings and we fly. So yeah. So what we're feeling right now, not sure if you can hear all those dogs barking. There's a lot of dogs in this area, and I'm actually dog sitting right now here in Costa Rica. So I've got two, but they're not barking. I can hear them all. There's a commotion outside. Anyway, what we're actually doing right now is restructuring our whole human existence. And so with the old ways, it's like everything's crumbling. This is why I say the phoenix is rising out of the rubble. It's like all the old ways of being and doing and living our life is all dismantling. It's crumbling. The tower is falling. And then from the rubble, we go, now who am I? Now that all that has been stripped away. I had a really interesting dream on the weekend, which actually showed me this. It was a complete stripping away. And then from that stripping away, what was transformed. And this is the transformation that we're all going through. As I use the metaphor of the butterfly never goes back into the cocoon. And so in that chrysalis and that cocoon, there's a lot of transformation and changes happening. And that's what we're all feeling right now, is the massive changes, the massive transformation, the everything. And I know it can be uncomfortable. And this is what we've just come out of, like for the whole month of May. We were going through facing these fears, facing the layers and layers of this, of old programming. And I felt this during the month of May as well, with all my bouncing around and going, okay, where am I going to sleep tonight? And so I went from, one hotel to another, and moving across different cities. And yes, living a gypsy lifestyle, it sounds like fun, but for my nervous system, it took a lot of energy just to keep regulating, to keep going, and to maintain that balance. So where are you in your life right now, where maybe you are struggling with the whole balance thing? What's coming up for you? And I encourage you, on my website, lindaben.com, you can book a free 15-minute call. And in this 15 minutes, it's amazing how much clarity we can really open up for you. So I encourage you to book a free call with me, and let's see what's underneath that's keeping you stuck, because the way I work is very quick. I identify what the root cause is, and let's clear that block. And I've got 35 years of experience doing this, because it's just so quick and easy for me. It's like, oh, there it is. And once we remove that, that opens up your whole life, guaranteed. So if that's of interest to you, book that free call, and I'd love to have a conversation with you one-to-one. Also, if you'd like to spend more time together in a Zoom room, I invite you to the next masterclass next week on June the 9th. And it's remember who you are as a soul. And that's also on the events page on my website, lindaben.com. So I'm going to choose an angel card and see what card comes through for us in this conversation, because over the months, weeks, years, we've been talking about self-regulation of your nervous system, releasing what no longer works for you, looking at those old patterns and programs, beliefs, the stories, all the emotions caught up around those stories. And it's interesting. I had a client last week, and he was about, we were talking about, well, his biggest issue was a relationship he was in. And I knew straight away it wasn't meant to be, but he had this belief, oh, I'm 57 and, I may not meet the ideal partner. So that's what was blocking him. But while he was still in this relationship trying to make it work, it was draining his energy, and also bringing his vibration down, because he was trying to people please, and she just kept disregarding him. I mean, the relationship wasn't meant to be. But he just kept feeling rejected every time they'd have a phone call or meet in person. And so they were totally out of alignment. And this is where a lot of relationships, a lot of marriages are all falling apart, because they're out of alignment. Once you recognize these old programs and the loops that you've been caught in, of all these patterns of why you're trying to hold on to a marriage that may be toxic, that may be dysfunctional. And when you let go of that, you open up to all the possibility, the potential of who you truly are. And that's what the universe is asking you to do right now. So the card that came up is raise your vibration. And raise your vibration is exactly what we are in right now, because it's about raise your energy, vibration, and frequency out of the rubble, and then you can truly have a clear picture and observe and have clarity on exactly what's going on. You've got a clear view of discernment of what choices you make, because the choices that you make right now is what will move you in another direction. And that's the choices that we make every single day. Do you meet this person, or do you just say, no, sorry, I'm not available? Do you participate with this activity or this group, or what are you saying yes to and what are you saying no to? But really feel those yeses and nos, and is it in alignment with your truth? Because not everything is in alignment. You listen to your truth instead of just going along with the old, oh, this is I have to do this because I have to comply, or this is the people pleasing that we're breaking out of. And so when you stop people pleasing and listening to your truth, well, then that's what will set you free and everything will open up for you. So the raise your vibration, it's time to move up a level. It's time to fly high. You may have experienced some setbacks or felt low recently, but that is behind you now, and you have the opportunity to light up like never before. Everything in the entire universe is comprised of energy, and that energy vibrates, drawing toward its similar energy. So raising your vibration means aligning yourself with situations, people, places, and choices that know will lift you up, support you, and help you grow. When this card appears, you have overcome the darkness and are moving into a time of opportunity. Like the phoenix rising from the ashes, you can be reborn. Know that angels are acknowledging your commitment to growth. You are filled with inspiration now and attracting only the good. Isn't it interesting? It's like pretty much it just sums up everything that we've just been talking about. So raise your energy vibration, raise your frequency, and these are all the tools that I teach to all my students in the Ben method and my courses and in my coaching program, because they all help you to embody and raise your energy vibration. When you raise your frequency, that's where everything easily comes to you, ease and grace, effortlessly. It's that old struggle paradigm of, I have to work hard in order to succeed. I have to work 24/7. I have to do this. No, this is all the old patterns and programs we're breaking out of. And when you can recognize where you are still stuck in those karmic loops, the quicker you can remove yourself and make a new choice, that's what will set you free. It's that simple. So just be gentle with yourself. This week is about self-care for the soul, which again is the Ben method. So nurture and nourish you. And let me know how I can support you. This is a rebirth time. We are still cleansing and clearing a lot of layers and releasing. But in order to release them, we have to slow down. And this is where the self-care comes in. So I really encourage you to find time and block out time in your schedule where, even if it's 5 minutes, to just sit with your eyes closed and just sit and breathe and just follow your breath in and out, and then connect with nature whenever you can, ground to the earth, and just ask all your angels, the archangels, ascended masters to guide you and help you through this time. And and they are guiding you every step of the way. So you're not alone. We're all in this together. And reach out if you need extra support. I'd love to meet you. And thank you for being here. Please share this message with others. And thank you for all the new subscribers to my YouTube channel. Please like, share, comment, click on the bell. It helps to get this message out into the world. And thank you for trusting me to be your guide on this journey, and just know that we're all in this together and we're all raising our vibration together. So sending you much love. I look forward to seeing you very soon. Bye for now.